It's well into the afternoon here. I apologize for that. But we're gonna chat and have some coffee anyway. There, we're finally catching up. Chubby hubby, you made it. Did you make it? And you can still go blow snow? Hopefully. Oh, bummer they canceled on you. Well, this instead is just as good or better anyway. So glad you could join us. So I've been playing on the saw a little bit more as the weather's been kind of not as nice. Cut into some. It's raining out. Yeah, it's blowing here. The wind is ferocious today. Has been for a couple of days. So yeah, I've been cutting into some rocks and stuff. Also, I just got a new Covington blade. Hi, Sonia and Spot and Chubby Hubby and everyone else. Burn Free was in for a minute. I don't know if they still is. I don't know if that's a he or she, so we'll go with they. um, yeah, playing around a little bit there as the weather's been not as nice. So I got a new Covington blade that I'm trying out. I'm not super sure I'm thrilled with it, honestly. So we'll have kind of a blade review sort of thing coming up here in the near future. In the meantime, I've got lots of other rocks that I want to be cutting into, but it's always deciding which one. Yeah, you guys see the wind behind me, by the way? You see the wind thrashing the trees out the window back there? What's left of the poor trees, anyways? I'll let you guys watch that for a second. Ugh. So, yeah, been cutting into some stuff and have lots of stuff that I really want to cut into. Some of it I hope is pretty enough to make cabs out of, and some of it I just want to see what's inside. I just literally want to cut it in half. So, yeah, Bird Free is here. How's it down under today? Probably tonight for you. It's probably hasn't ticked over into the next day yet for you, has it? Oh, 80 degrees. You guys are bumming me out. It's no 80 degrees here. In fact, it probably is going to snow later. I got this rock from Rufa. You guys remember this rock? There was two druzy pockets on it. He picked this up at Jean's and was like, "What do you guys think? Anybody want it?" It is Thursday there. Oh, Thursday in Australia, Wednesday in Montana. Anyway, he put it down and walked away, and I couldn't believe that nobody spoke for it. And so I was like, "Will you go back, Rufo, and get that rock?" I really liked that rock. And then he admitted later that if nobody, hey, squirrels in the house, if nobody claimed that rock, that he was going to go get it and keep it for himself. And I knew that. And so I cut it in half, and it's beautiful on the inside. It would be so fun to cut and make into jewelry, but I want the Druzy Pocket specimen, and the other half went into a box and is getting ready to head over to Rufo so we can have sister slices of this beautiful rock. So we did that. That gets done here, boy. It's funny in the text. What am I missing? Oh, no, I didn't. I don't know what I missed in the chat. Oh yeah, but I just saw a new comment from Burn Free down in Australia that says that they are going to the beach today for some rock hounding. I'm excited to see all of the videos coming out from, because our season here is ending and their season there is just starting. So um, I may have to hit a sub. Do you make videos, Burn Free? Should we be looking for videos from you? This rock is so smooth. It came off my saw so nice. And we'll look at it in the photo box together so you guys can actually see it. But I'm over here just rubbing it because it's so smooth and soft while I'm reading the chats and just checking it out. Yeah, thanks. Chubby says that's a sweet slice. Yay. And I had to put Rufo's half in the box immediately and just like tape the box shut because I was like, oh, I could take a little skiff off of here and I could take a little skiff off there. I could, make some jewelry out of it. It's so pretty. But I was like, no, we're going to have sister slices and that's the way it is. So Sonia says this is the first time in eons that California is not in a drought. We've been, it's been muddy here. All that snow we got the other day melted and kind of drizzly couple of days, and so it's been muddy here. But I hate when it rains and gets muddy first and then freezes, because then it's like icky ice forever. We're just on top of this dirty, gross ice. Uh-oh, the thing's loading over there. Looks good. Mm. Hydrate. Okay, on the very last rock adventure that I was on, I found this rock that I referred to as the bluebelly rock because it's got these bluebells all over it. And this is what's in the thumbnail that you guys may or may not have looked at before we came in here and chatted. And I'm excited to show that to you in the box when we get all turned around. Another Rufo rock. He sent this in the last package, and to cut it, it's pretty cool. It's got some little micro jersey pockets in it that are beautiful. And I got one that we were going to start with, so I already put it in the box. I had high hopes for this rock. You can see all the banding in it. I think it's probably some kind of a jasper or a chert, whatever, however you want to call it, but it's pretty cool. That first one is like a conglomerate of some kind. Anyway, I really couldn't decide if I wanted to cut it this way or this way. I decided to go this way because it fit in the saw nicer that way. And like I say, we'll probably look at that one first when we get turned around. I have a couple of weirdos here that I want to cut. They've got just a corally kind of mood to me. This one does too. I can almost see some of the little corals and stuff in there. So like I say, these ones, I think I just want to chop these in half just so I can get a good look at what's going on inside of them. So that, and I mean a never-ending pile of stuff that I'd like to cut next, but they've been sitting here for a couple of days and I've been eyeballing them, kind of thinking about which direction I'd like to take them and wondering what might be inside. It's a busy weekend for me this weekend, so it's meteorite night tonight for me. I always do my Wednesday night meteorite hangout. Then tomorrow I'll probably just play around with that new blade, that new Covington blade, and see if I like it and if I can get it set up nice. And very much so, Spot, there's not a safe rock in this house. I mean, the only thing that's keeping them safe is that I can't chop them night and day and day and night. The band play this weekend. We play this weekend, and it's far enough away that we're going to stay the night. It's a Friday night and Saturday night gig, so we're just going to stay the night over there. So I may be late or possibly even skip this Sunday night's video altogether. So I don't know. That's really pending at this moment, depending on how exhausted I am come the end of the weekend and when it's time to put that video out. So I have been grabbing some clips and things like of some of these rock cuttings and trying this new blade and stuff. So I have some stuff maybe to put together a video with, but will I have the time or the drive to do it when the time comes? So that's kind of what's going on over here this weekend. Always busy, always really, really, really busy over here. Plus, I've been wanting to put some thank you 500 subscriber thank you celebration packages together for a few of you out there. So that's kind of, I've been tinkering around with that a little bit lately too. Like I say, I've got Rufo's is taped shut. That way I don't get in there and eyeball his half anymore. And I've got a few more that I'm working on. So oh, yep. I know, Spot. I know. Anti-tamper tape, exactly. Keep me out of there because I don't need to look at it. It's beautiful. And I'm thrilled to give it to him too. So I just cannot, if I eyeball it, I'll oofta. I had to do the same thing with my coworker's rocks when I cut this for her. It took all I had because she wondered if there was a piece on here that kind of looked fully agatized, and she was like, I wonder if there's any like agate stuff going on in here, which it doesn't really look like at first glance, but if you cut this thin enough, you might be able to get some light through it. And it was like, oh, the rockhound, the lapidary artist in me was like, resist the urge to cut her rock. She asked for it to be cut in half, cut it in half and leave it alone. Respect her wishes. So I did, but it was hard to fight the urge. So I have that same feeling about Rufo's rock. I'm like, oh, I could shave a little off of here. Yeah, those were some crazy rocks, huh? And it's so hard to catch the UV reaction on camera. The UV isn't as bad as the phosphorescence when the afterglow, and that's really tricky for my camera to catch. So hopefully we'll be resolving that in the near future. Yeah, I like to make little deli slices. Don't get me wrong, I like to chop things in half too for exploratory reasons, but I'm super delighted when I cut the first slice off of the blue bull rock and it fell into the saw, and this is what I was like, oh, it looks like outer space. It looks like planetary outer space stuff happening, and I got so delighted. Like, you guys can see a lot of that feldspar flash right now, which is good because I'm not sure we're gonna get to see that in the box. So I'm gonna kind of move them around a little bit, and hopefully we can keep seeing some of those flashes. See one up here right now. I did not see any of that feldspar flash when it was all covered in saw oil. I didn't see any of it when it was wet and I was scrubbing it. I didn't see any of that flash until these rocks were dry. Look at that. You see that super thin, almost metallic-y looking flash running up the middle of that piece right there? There is so much of that in this rock. Like it likes to kind of border the top and the bottom, I noticed, where there's a lot more like chunky feldspars in the other rest of the matrix. That one's kind of shaped like a heart. And like I say, we'll turn the camera around and look in the box. Hey, Al, how are you today? And see, but I didn't, when I get this rock into that light box under that filtered light, I was having a hard time seeing any of that flash. So like I say, I'm kind of glad that we're seeing a little bit of it here now, even though it's like really not focusing right now. There we go. But yeah, when you cut the first slice off of a rock like this and you just passionately want to keep going to see what's next, what's next. Oh man, that's what gets me going. That's what keeps me excited. That's what makes me want to do the next rock. Of course, you get those ones in there that you really think are going to be pretty and you cut them and you're like, oh, I've got one of those actually. I cut like 2 of those in a row that I was like, so you just keep going because it's nice to have the material, and it might be somebody else's favorite thing. So you just keep going, you make your slices until you run out of room in the vise, and then you shift into the next rock. Bear is here? Oh my gosh, he is. I didn't even see him sneak in. Good morning, fellas. Bear and yeah, when you get a good one though and you're excited to keep slicing it, like that's what you're hoping for. And when you get one, it's like, oh, that was, it didn't 3 strikes, I'm out. I struck a home run on that third swing. So I love when that happens. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and kick it around. I know he snuck in here. It's a good thing he didn't get me. Sonia warned me. Hey, there's a bear. All right, well, I'll turn you guys around and we'll have a look in the box real quick. Sorry about the ride. I don't know why it always makes me do that twice. Always does, though. Okay, are we in? Did we push any buttons? I don't think so. Can we get you guys a little better focused? Oh, that's so too much. Too much. There, that's not terrible. You're almost right in that box. Sorry. Berry. Sneaky. All right, let's see. So, like I say, I struggled to decide which direction to cut this one. I could see these bands in here. But that banding did kind of continue across the bottom. And like I say, I wanted to keep this little piece up here. I don't know what that is. And it just seems a little different than the rest of the rock. So I aimed to not cut that part. And in doing so, like I say, it fit best in the vise like this and cut that way best. So that's the way I went with it. The first little piece, I didn't expect to make it. I just wanted to get a clean edge for the next one. So we'll kind of scooch on past that real quick. Let's not be fighting our background. So I like this piece because it's got like this pink and purple like ladder work running through it. And I wondered, will it continue? Will it go into the next slice or not? So we sliced another slice off, and sure enough, it kept going. Yeah, so that wasn't a total bust. I like I say, I kind of like that one. It's interesting. I would guess that it's maybe a chert or a jasper. Chert, I don't know. But yeah, kind of pretty. The way that like lattice work goes through there. Would it have been prettier the other way? I don't know. But yeah, judging this book by its cover, I was like, this should be pretty. Let's cut this. Let's see, I have a spray bottle handy somewhere. Sorry, I whack the camera with it. Make a bunch of noise. Yeah, I mean, it's plenty pretty. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Kind of a pretty little thing. I wasn't completely dissatisfied with that. That made me want to keep cutting it. Where's the one that I didn't love though? Did I like shift it on out of here so I wouldn't have to look at it anymore? I don't know. I have this one that I did for Rufo. Soul, good to see ya. Glad you stopped in. I went a little later today, actually kind of hoping that we would get you to stop in. This we were hoping would go be like kind of that Gary Green, and you can see there's a druzy pocket over here. And I sent pictures of this pretty much straight away to Rufo and was like, no green, but gosh dang, these little pockets in here. Look at that one sparkle. I saw it just a second. What if I touched the thing? Not really. That did not help. Anyway, he was like, bummer that it didn't go green. But I love it. I think it's gorgeous. There's quite a bit happening in there. I think that you could make at least one really nice cab out of that. Oops, my box is trying to fall over. Focus. And again, those are coming off that blade, that other blade, pretty smooth. So I'm pretty thrilled with that, with those. It's not bad. I'm not sure that I'm as thrilled with this new Covington blade, but it might be just a matter of like breaking it in a little bit. It might be, you know, just a little bit aggressive because it's still so new. I don't know. Here comes the Blue Bull Rock. Let me see if I can get this to be a little less tippy for me and for you. Definitely can if I'm going to leave a little weight in it. So I knew this one was going to be interesting. Again, judging the book by the cover. And also when that first piece fell off the saw and was laying down there in the oil, I was like, wow. I'll try to push these off. I can't tell if you're seeing any of that flash in there at all, but oh, maybe right here, just a smidge. I'm gonna go ahead and wet this for you guys. I'm gonna do it over here. Because it does look kind of flat and dull dry. It does sparkle a lot when it's dry, but look at this puppy when it's wet. And that's why I was freaking out. I was like, it looks like a universe. And so excited and ready to cut the next slab of that I could barely wait for my hood to vent properly. Oh man, could we not just look at that all day? It is like a party, isn't it? The blue, the yellow, pink. The yellow, I think, might be my favorite part about that. But that blue really stands out compared to the majority of the rest of that stone is quite pink. Oh man. The yellows, oh. I tell you guys what, if I find any more of these out when I'm rock hounding, you can bet I'll be picking those up and bringing them home. Woo. Could you get lucky like that twice? Could you cut another one of these and have it be this pretty if you found one that looked bluebly on the outside? Do you suppose you could ever get that pretty inside ever again? Or was it just a lucky pick? Is Bear telling you where he was the other day? Oh, Bear had me just he actually had me speechless. He was sending me some private messages that it's very often that I'm as speechless as I was, but hoofda. It made me just revert to like noises and grunts like ah, ooh, ooh, ah. Yeah, what are you doing working on a Wednesday anyway, Bear? I have no idea what kind of rock this is, Soul. I nicknamed it the Blue Bull rock. It's obviously a conglomerate of some kind, and the way that here we're getting quite a bit of that druzy to show, not only in this top piece, but the piece right behind it as well. It's got that like super micro druzy stuff, and then these great big like tabular pieces of feldspar. What the yellow is and what the blue is, I have no idea. But the rest of it, I would assume, is just like a quartz and maybe granite mixture. I don't know, quartz for sure. Um, Lots of feldspar in there, but a conglomerate, right? I mean, that would be why we're getting these big rounded um, pieces in here. I mean, that's conglomerate, right? I mean, it'd be like a breccia if those pieces were angular. It's a rock stew. Rock stew, rock party. It's Montana Galaxy Stone. Soul. Oh, heck yeah. Yeah. And we'll just look at each one of these like in book format here. We started with the cover. Here's the first page. Oh, it's so pretty. I believe you're right about that, Chubby. Um, I mean, I would think, pretty basic. But yeah, that's the best I can do. I can't identify all of these little conglomerate pieces. Some of them I think I kind of can, but anybody who is smart enough to like sit down and do some scratch testing and things like that might be able to tell you what some or most of that is. Some of it might be just so mixed up that there isn't a lot there to identify. Good morning, Melinda, or afternoon. It's probably definitely afternoon for most everybody by now. Except Burn, something Burn. He's down in Australia and it's probably Thursday morning for him. So there's the first page, page 1. Look at the little green chunk right up here. That was also very exciting to me. I was like, come on for more green. I don't think I got that wish. I didn't see any of that green continue on into any of the next pieces, but I was rooting for it nonetheless. And Jeff is probably also working right now, Bear. Oh man, some of that druzy stuff that runs through there. Woo. I cut the last one kind of thin, hoping that we could pass some light through it, and we'll have a look at that in a minute. In the meantime, I don't know how I keep getting my box so weebly wobbly. Glad you could join us, Jeff. Oh boy, Montana Galaxy Stone there. It is. I haven't tried to polish any of this yet, but it seems to be held together enough that it probably will polish. And in my experiences prior, when I try to polish the feldspar rocks up here, they polish really nice. And they maintain that chatoyancy, that flash, even through the polish. Even though right now we're only really seeing it when the rock is dry. I think you get kind of the, like, I think that little pink piece there is probably a feldspar. It flashes pretty good when it's dry. So I think that with a polish, you probably get the best of both worlds. You're going to get a more vibrant color than you do when this is dry, but you're also going to get to see a lot of that flash. So I will probably in the future be trying to polish this. Maybe even make some pretty stuff out of it. Maybe I'll get brave and cut and polish it. Cabot. And the last piece. Yeah, so literally we're having coffee and rock chat at Brune Free's house, which is what we usually do. We usually have this pretty early in the morning, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I had a little bit of a toothache this morning, and I didn't want to talk until I took care of it a little bit, till I ate some food and took some ibuprofen. Oh my goodness. Who said there's new features in every slice? Squirrel. I know, right? Which just compelled me to just keep slicing and keep slicing. There might be a little green chunk right there. Look at that one, the pink one, and then there's like a little red one. Oh man, I don't have to tell you guys, you're looking at it. Oh man, I found this rock, you guys. In fact, it was in the end reveal on that very last windy video that I put out. I apologize, you guys, for all the wind noise in that video. It was, I think, like the second to last rock in the end reveal. I think the only one after this was that fossil that like fit on the tip of my finger. So like I said, sorry, you're looking at my hand. Like I said, I hoped that I could cut this piece thin enough that maybe it would pass some light through. And there were really only just a couple of spots where that happened. Are we going to see that here today now? Probably not. If my flashlight didn't suck so much. You can see it right here with just this light that's above us. That it's pink right there. You can see it now over here, passing light through. Oh, there's a piece passing light through. Who'd have thunk that just my overhead light would do a better job than that rink-dink flashlight? Hey, thanks, Spot. Thanks for reminding everybody. If you like this pretty rock, hit that little thumb up. I sure like this pretty rock. There's still a chunk of this. So we've got what, about half of this rock at the moment. So the other half was in the vise, obviously. And I put everything into a little container of kitty litter to kind of soak up all the oil before I take it out and scrub on it. Oh, that yellow piece in that first cut. Look at that one again. And somehow I've lost the bigger chunk of this, like way down in the kitty litter. And I can't get it. Like I've tried digging and I can't get it. It sounds terrible. I was digging in the kitty litter. I will have to probably like dump that out somehow and get that out of there. But there's enough of this rock left, the other half, that we can turn it in the vise and cut some more slabs the other way. It does, doesn't it? It's like the epitome of my theme song, isn't it, Jeff? Pink and blue and yellow, and there's green even in there. But yeah, that the way it sparkles too, that just shocked my socks right off me when it dried, and after I'd washed it and everything, and it was all that feldspar flashing around in there. I was like, no way, this rock was already just beyond cool. How could it get any cooler? It's flashy. It's also flashy. That's how. So yeah, blew my mind. Did we look at this one under the with the camera this way? I promised we would. Look how buttery smooth that came off my saw. Like I say, I had to go drop Rufus half in the box and tape it shut because I was like, oh, I could just sneak a little off the edge, and that way he could display it two ways if you wanted to. Yeah, no. How pretty is it? And by the way, you guys noticing the light back there, the glow coming through back there? See it back there. What a pretty piece. Man, Gene has some pretty rocks, doesn't he? And again, just so butter smooth off my saw. I mean, minus the little chunk. I know, don't you wish that you were like a little tiny explorer and you could like go in there and hang out for a minute? Or an hour or two or 3 or 4? But yeah, minus the little edge, which I've got a lot of little edge work that I need to take care of. So it's time to fire up the little saw one of these days and just go through and take care of those little nubs. Oh, you guys, that rock is so juicy. I did not find that one, but I'm glad to have half of it. Nope, I don't have to wonder, except that there just aren't enough hours in the day to keep, and like I gotta stop and wash all the saw oil off me and go look presentable and talk to people at my real job, and then come back home and like, cook dinner for my kids and try to be a real human being, and then I can go play with my saw. So the time limitation is the only thing that spares some of these rocks from having flat sides. Mm-hmm. But what a great way to spend the winter months when you're trapped inside and it's gross out. And yeah, I was like thinking to myself, look at all that work I bought for myself when I bought that saw. Because I could cut this rock and that one and this one. Oh yeah, there's some more over there We could look through them and see if there's anything in there that we need to cut. Excuse me just a second. So yeah, I mean, what else do you do? Oh, I'm so excited about this one. I couldn't wait to share it with you guys. Hopefully I just keep at it. Hopefully I keep cutting really fun stuff and we can keep hey, Rufo stopped in. We were just showing half of your rock, my half of your rock, our rock. And then the weird blue bull one too, Rufo. So if you missed any of that, you might probably even just been chilling. But yeah, if you missed any of the blue bull rock, you'll have to go back and look at that. It looked like YouTube was doing a pretty good job not compressing things too badly. So you have to go back and see if you can have a look at that. 41 minutes and 17 seconds, huh? Is where we're sitting now. I kind of want to take you guys in. I think I'm going to. I want to take you guys in and show you. I made some UV cabs, and I don't think I've ever showed them to you guys. I got them ready like super fast for a craft show that we didn't successfully get to. We'll get into that another day. Anyway, I kind of want to like, let's see, let's take the whole tripod. Oh, it got so dark in here. So dark. And let's see. Let's take the comment box too. And let's go into the Prairie Girl Rocks store and see the pretty cabs. Let's put the chat box right there. And just take you out for a second and let you look around. Sorry about any kind of noise and seasickness that I might be. Okay. So we've got Prairie Girl Rocks crates. We've got Prairie Girl Rocks coffee mugs and drink cups. We've got polished pieces. We've got some necklaces. We've got bath bombs. Couple of UV cabs that aren't wrapped. And a few that are. And some polished rocks, selenite or gypsum, whichever you want to call it. Oh, and there's even a big fossil chunk up there. There's some cabs over there, some slabs over there, but really what we want to look at is some UV stuff. Ooh la la, says the bear. Yes, welcome to my little prairie market, where you can get all of your Prairie Girl Rocks merchandise. Just kidding. All right, let's see if we can get any of these to light up. It is really bright in here. Durr. Can we guess which ones of those are UV? And 3, and that one is 2, but it's a lot lighter. Aussie Rock Hounding Adventures. I almost can't even hold my phone straight and talk at the same time. I'm so excited that you just popped in. How are you today? Our Wednesday. This one I love. Now would be a good time for me to get a tripod back in this situation. So all 4 of these are uranium glass cabs. And let me get a tripod. We'll look at a couple of them real close up. Who's looking for something? I missed that. Let's see. It's always in the last place you look for it. Yeah, because you stop looking when you find it. Let's see. We're having a tripod malfunction, which isn't a surprise. This thing has just been barely hanging on here for so long now. I'm going to get some of this other stuff out of the background. Otherwise, we'll fight that. Okay. Is there a place here where I can plug the light in? There he is. Something like that. We were not so shadowy. I don't know if you guys saw the pictures I posted on the band and I, the boys and I. I wish that when we put those on, we wouldn't have put them there. Let me fix that. Okay. What am I missing in the chat box too? Oh, bummer. I'm sorry you got to go to work. Those of you on your Thursday mornings, it's my day off today. It's my Saturday today. All right. So the whole like cabbing, and if hopefully you guys can kind of see like, oops, I scooted them down and they needed to be scooted back up. Hopefully you can tell that like these last two kind of have almost a purple hue to them. They're very, very light purple color. They're beautiful. But yeah, I wore this one on Halloween and I love it. Absolutely love it. It is kind of a light pink, light purple color. And the way that I wore it was to bring it all the way around my neck and then tie it up front. It was super cute. I loved it. Loved it. Might have to have one of these for me. It might have to be that one too. But yeah, they were fun. They were kind of scary though. Like I fully masked up. I fully goggled up. I did everything I needed to be doing to keep that out of my lungs, out of my eyes. It was pretty intimidating. I'm reading the chat really quick. Squirrel had the boogie. Soul singing songs. She's singing. I don't even have to sing the melody. You guys will know what this song is. She's singing. I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Now people are singing that right now. Twice. They did it once just a minute ago when they read it in the chat. Now they're doing it now that they hear me say it. Okay, so these fun uranium glass cabs. Like I say, these two definitely not as bright. They're probably, I don't know what they call that, Vaseline glass, but they are kind of a purple color without the UV light, which is stunning to me. I think that's very pretty. They're very classy. The green ones are pretty too without the light, but boy, hoy, 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 when you put that light on them, they're so good to go. And well, let me grab these out too, because that one's really purple. And that one's pretty. It's got little lines on it. I had to feel that to see if it was sharp or not. I was like, ooh, boy, that fractured. Did I realize that fractured when I was making it? Because that could be incredibly sharp. But no, I definitely realized, made sure that that is not sharp. But it's pretty. Sure is pretty. Here's the purple one. And that purple's got that pearly luster to it at that certain angle. Just a little bit. Oh, pretty. Let's light those up, huh? Of course, the green one glows like it's some kind of party. Boy, it glows more than the other two by far. And then the purple one, again, it's a rather dull glow. I think maybe if it were darker in here too, let's see if I can get the shadow over it a little better. If it were darker in here too, you'd see it better, but see it on the edge pretty good. Oh, they're pretty. Thanks, Rufo. I'm glad you're digging that. That one's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Like I say, I really like the pink and purple ones too because they're pretty without the light. But the green ones are fun too. Really quite cool. Anyway, yeah, I wanted to show you guys those. Like I say, I'm really sure I didn't. Get you in the focus just a little bit. There. And then it goes whoop, looks away. Yeah. Anyway, I'm probably willing to sell and part with those if anybody wants to make an offer. I put some prices on some stuff, but I'm not super firm on it. I don't want to give them away because they're kind of sketchy to make, right? Like, who wants to be swimming in the, UV glass particles? So I kind of want to be compensated for the risk that I'm taking, but I also want to get them out there for sale. You guys probably have UV lights, probably more than just the general craft show goer, public craft show goer. So, yeah, if you guys wanted to, I would do 25 on either of those cabs and 35 on any of the 3 smaller necklaces, and I'm not sure I'm ready to part with that one yet. If you made me an offer, I couldn't resist maybe, but I kind of like that one for me. So, but anyway, just throwing that out there. I wanted to share those with you guys. And like I say, you guys probably have UV lights. You guys could probably enjoy these more than just the average craft show goer. So I wanted to share them with you guys. It's something you're way into. I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to get in touch with me and get you one of those headed your direction. More to come in the future too. The other glass pendants that I have are really pretty too. They're not UV glass. And so, we've seen some of these. Oops, we don't need to give you guys all. They're great. They're pretty. They just don't glow. The one that fell down too, that one was fun. That lace agate piece. Ooh, pretty lace agate piece. And I've got, let's see, 2 of these left. There's a fly in my window right now. How in the heck is that even possible? Those are so pretty. So yeah, lots of necklaces made up and ready. That's just those. Like when we came over here and first settled in, like I say, there's a ton more here too. So you guys probably have seen a lot of these if you've been around with the channel for quite a while. That's a glass piece. That's kind of crazy one. But yeah, holiday seasons are coming up, so we'll probably be getting into some more, like maybe we'll do a Saturday or something where we all get together, or a Sunday or something where we all get together, and I might put together a few more like loot crate sort of things, or these little mugs. They were quite enjoyable. That one's missing a slab. It must have fallen out. But these little like kitchen mug things are just so fun. With the little rocks in there. And get your Prairie Girl Rocks merch. So we've got all kinds of stuff. but maybe not today because we've been at it for quite a while. And I want to go cut some rocks. I want to try that new blade out. Everybody's at work this Wednesday afternoon. I would go live this evening, but it's meteorite night, guys. I got other things I gotta do. So, but yeah, if you're watching this back later and you guys know how to get in touch with me, my email is prairiegirlrocksforlife@gmail.com. Be careful, the girl is spelled GRL. That kind of tricks people a little bit, but yeah, like I say, holiday season's coming up. We'll probably dig into some of this stuff on a real like dedicated episode to this. Oh yeah, you guys, by the way, there's tons of cabs in here too. Just cabs, if that's what you guys are into. You guys want cabs for wrapping? Tons of that in there. Yeah, and then all the slices and stuff that I've been doing lately. Like maybe I'll what Bear say? Ready. So like I say, more glass cabs for sure to come, but I'm gonna try to focus on some of the UV glass here in some of the near future too. Like I say, it's just a little bit bigger chore. Like I want to have a day where I can do more than one of those and then thoroughly clean my machine when I'm done. So I don't want to just make one and then walk away and leave the dust in my machine. I want to be able to make a bunch of them and then clean up properly. So yeah, I love it too, but it's something I want to, like I say, I want to make more of those, but those are going to be like when I'm not doing an overnighter band weekend. So, but those are the ones I've made so far, and I was really excited actually to show those to you guys, and can't believe I haven't yet. What else was I going to say about that? Oh, all the slabs that I've been cutting lately too. Maybe I'll feel generous and put for sale a piece of Montana Galaxy stone that we looked at today. Or two, maybe even, I don't know. I might have to keep all of it for me. I don't know. If I keep all of the rocks for me, I'll have no room in my house for living. What to do, what to do. What to do, what to do. I think probably give them away. I've definitely, like I say, I got some secret packages that I've been working on. So there's quite a bit of that to go into the go away department, to the share with everyone department. Let me go grab my thing. I don't know why I left it in here. You guys want to walk through the house with me a couple times? Okay. Let me see if I can unplug this with one hand and not get electrocuted. Got it. Got it. Take my janky little ring light, my janky little tripod. Come out here. Where it all started. All right. And I want to have this is helping my ring light to not go. Okay. Got it. Okay. And one of these days in an episode with you guys, I would like to. Rufo sent some really cool stuff. Jeff has sent some really cool stuff. And Greg D and I did a package exchange when I met him up at the border right before he went back home from that last trip. So I have a lot of really cool stuff from all over the place that I want to put in my display cabinet. And sure, I could just do that, on my spare time. I could make little labels and displays and put things into my display cabinet and things like that. But I think that would be a really cool thing for us to do together, and be a really, again, in the winter time is the time you get to kind of revisit everything that you didn't get to spend a lot of time with when you were like, that's nice, but I got to go outside and rock hound like right now while the weather's nice. So I want to I want to take our time and go through the display cabinet together. It needs a good cleaning too. So let's kill two birds with one stone. Let's go through there, clean out all the meteorite stuff that needs dusted and helped, like let's just make sure everything's in tip-top shape, because if I've got high metal meteorites, which I don't have a lot of, I have a couple that have got a lot of metal in them, but not very many. I prefer the chondrites with the chondrules that look like this on miniature, that are just full of little round pieces of space dust. Those are the most thrilling and beautiful to me. Some people really like irons. That's just not my thing. But a lot of the chondrules have little metal pieces in them, and I should go through every once in a while and make sure I don't have anything rusting. One of my most expensive pieces was my Shoto Palisite, which is a high metal meteorite. And it was in really bad shape when I bought it. It was oxidizing and rusting and in just horrible shape. It's got some desiccant in the container with it to keep it dry, but I need to keep an eye on it, make sure it's not rusting. So it'd be a really cool day, like a whole long, huge episode one day, to go through there, dust everything out, clean everything out, and when we go to put everything back in, let's put a lot of those things that Jeff sent, that Rufo sent, that Greg D brought up, things like that in there. I've got a few of my favorite Earth Rocks Clean With Me video. Yeah, that. Yeah, why not, And it needs it. And like I say, rather than just keep putting things in there as I get them, it needs a good cleaning. Let's at least stick some compressed air in there. My kids got me an air compressor for Christmas last year before last. And the first thing I did with it was burp, fill it up with air, burp, and then in my cabinets and stuff. And they were like, Mom's using her air compressor to clean. And I'm like, of course I am. What else would you use it for? And they're like, putting air in your truck tire, Mom. Well, that needs that too, but so does the meteorite case, needs a little air through it every once in a while. So just to get the dust and the dead bugs out of there. So yeah, why keep shoving things in there when I want to take everything out and give it a good cleaning? And I enjoy it a lot more in the winter time. My days get really short this far up north. It's dark when you leave for work in the morning, and it's dark when you come home from work in the afternoon. So the light coming out of the case, when the case is lit up and glowing, you just don't get as much of that in the summer when it's light here until 11:30, sometimes almost midnight. It's still bright outside. I don't enjoy my case as much in the summertime as I do in the wintertime. It really lets out a nice light in the winter. It really draws attention to it. So it'd be really cool to get it clean before the middle of the winter or the end of the winter, so I can enjoy it all winter long. And like I say, that's kind of in the making. I would like to bring you guys along for that. I don't know how that's going to work. Put the tripod where, how do you look? Do I show you guys everything on close up, or do we just hang out and visit? Those kinds of things, those kinds of ideas in the works. Like I said, I did take quite a bit of video and pictures and things of some of these stones being cut, but with the busy band weekend and things like that coming up, I don't know if I'll get the time or the energy to edit you guys a really good video this week. So bear with me. I know you will. And thank you everyone for hanging out today. Let's see, was podcast last week. It was really fun. Good episode. Kind of episode. And so we'll look forward to Karen this week. And so I'll for sure be seeing you guys. I probably won't get to watch her live. Again, I got a boogie right after work on Friday, but I will rewatch, and you guys know I'll be there to leave her a comment. Saturday is always Kyle's day. Again, I won't be there, but have fun hanging out with Kyle. And Rufo has been doing some stuff. Yeah, have a good day, Rufo. I'm just gonna say, you guys, check out Rufo. He's digging in all the little cracks and crevices and dark places of his new city, finding out where all the bigger rock saws are and where the countertop dealerships are and stuff. So he got a new toy the other night. I can't wait to see what he does with it. Chubby Hubby, been putting some stuff out, makes you laugh. Check him out. Spot, thanks for being here. There was Soul here earlier. There was Mindy or Melinda. We had a couple of them from down under. Who is? So everybody's busy. Check everybody out, what they've been doing. Oh, Al had some good finds the other day. Al Gold Prospecting had some interesting good finds. He was teasing us, where's this agate from? I never did get the answer either. I want to know, where's that dang agate from? It was pretty. What else is going on? I think that's about it. That's about it that I can think of right now. Hopefully I cut some more amazing stuff before I have to really like buckle down. I have to do 2 more days work and then 2 overnight band stuff. Sunday I might just crash and burn, you guys. We'll see. So yeah, really busy week, but hopefully today and tomorrow. I've got a couple hours today before the meteorite meeting, and hopefully tomorrow I'll get a few more rocks cut. Like I say, I'm experimenting with this new blade, this new Covington blade. Actually, I have one. Let me go get it. I'll show you guys. I actually bought 2 of them. I bought 2, not knowing if I'd like it or not, but let me show you. There you are. I dropped it right in the stinking saw and got it covered in oil. Actually, I didn't. My oldest boy did, and I was like, "Hey, don't bend my blade!" And he was like, "Sorry, Mom." Oh, so it's covered in oil, which is fine. It's not gonna hurt it any. Yeah, Rufo, have you heard of this blade before? Anybody you know ever used this before? Whoop. It's pretty. It's got that going for it. And the bushing is definitely now a part of this blade. Like, they weren't joking around with that bushing at all. So, but yeah, I got one on the saw right now, trying it out. I gotta go decide if I like it or not, you guys. I'll let you know. I'll let you know what I find out. In the meantime, thank you everybody for hanging out today. It's been a lot of fun. It always is. I hope that it, made you guys smile at least a little bit for your hump day. Made that, the middle of the week, just a little bit better. I kind of forgot I had a cup of coffee over here, so I'm going to have a sip real quick. It's pretty cold, but it's still delicious. Good to know. I'm glad people are using those blades. It was affordable. It was a rather affordable blade, I thought. So I don't feel bad about beating it up a little bit. Sending through some Montana agates. Anyway, I was just catching some of this chat before we get out of here for the day. And yeah, I thought it was an affordable enough blade. I don't know if I endorse it yet or not, you guys. I'm going to go find out. We'll have more to chat about next week, whether it's, rocks or band or whatever. I mean, we're going to find, or maybe, like I say, the display case is kind of itching at me a little bit, kind of, come fix me. So we'll see if we get that in. It's in the thought process of anyways. So if ever I get on here and I'm like, guys, I don't know what we're going to talk about today, you could tell me, yo, you should go over there and work on that display case because it needs some help. It's not that bad, but I love it. And like I say, I really enjoyed a lot more in the winter. So I keep looking at it. I can see it from here. Um, so we may do that sometime soon. But yeah, thank you guys. We'll sing the song. Sing along if you know it. Pretty rocks out on the prairie. Pretty rocks are everywhere. Pretty rocks for us to look at. Pretty rocks are everywhere. There's a pink one and a green one and a blue one and a yellow one, and they all are very pretty, and they all are everywhere. See you guys. Thanks for hanging out. We'll do it again soon.